because I always like looked around like that old clock, that black cat. What's it called? That looks and it's in Honey I Shrunk the Kids. That clock that just the eyes move back and forth. What that cat's called?
Black cat?
Is it that black cat? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if it's a spoiler, but I've got 12 for you tonight. It's going to be a good one.
I need to let you know that I'm going to be going mute a lot because
I'm going to be
I'm draining.
I'm going to be doing
everything.
You're draining?
Yeah. So I'm going to be
Are we in
blowing
pre
my
right
nose.
now?
Yeah, we're in pre.
Oh, hello, folks. How are you? Welcome to Hard Copy.
Hard copy. Hard copy or inside edition? Which one did you prefer?
Hard copy scared me when I was little, just because. Or was it though? That's that inside edition.
I thought it was inside edition.
Oh, now I'm confused. Now I'm confused with both.
America's Most
Hard
Wanted
copy seemed dirtier. I don't know. Inside edition seems more serious, but hard copy seemed dirty. I don't know why.
Hard copy was more like what TMZ is now. That's what I thought. Inside edition was the more looking into the inside of the edition of certain stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I remember a guy in my class. He didn't get to graduate because he actually made it to Inside Edition because as a senior prank, I guess he made muffins. He made muffins and filled with like marijuana or whatever. So he gave it to I don't know forgot what school, but he was like a public
20 years
school. I guess
too early.
Played.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he gave it to the counselors and teachers and stuff. Here you go. This is just a little gift, and they all ate it, and yeah, they got baked. Some of them got sick.
Literally.
I guess you can be allergic.
Yeah. If you've never eaten a brownie, it's actually more potent than smoking it. From what my understanding is, I don't know. So you got 12 for me today, huh?
Do what? 12? Yeah, 12.
I'm already letting you know. I'm probably gonna let you down because I am so like hazy and it's been a rough couple of days, brother. Like allergy season. Like I don't remember allergies hitting me hard ever. Maybe this is just like,
age.
It's age definitely, but man, I just don't remember ever like getting like these bad of like colds and stuff. Like I got headaches. My eyes felt like they were gonna like explode out of my my skull, kind of like Raiders,
Right.
Except I wasn't staring at like the Ark of the Covenant.
The Raiders.
Dude, I watched, so obviously you probably know what I watch since, HBO Max and stuff. I've been catching up.
No, I don't.
I've been catching up on like South Park, and I happened to watch the one where George Lucas was changing all the old movies, like rebooting everything. And so they obviously got hold of like Raiders, and they were going to up-res Raiders of the Lost Ark. And one of the funniest things is like they're all watching it, and it's basically the scene from the very end of Raiders where the kids are tied up to the posts because they capture the kids, and they're like, "Don't look, don't watch," or whatever. And George Lucas and Steven Spielberg are like, "Oh, it's so beautiful," or whatever. But they go through the same exact face melting scene.
Nice.
Cartoon is genius.
I don't really watch South Park. I haven't watched South Park since Umbrus. So.
I haven't watched it in a long time either, but it's like one of those things where I needed moments to just turn my brain off. It's like when I play Broforce or some things that like I just like I can't handle all the stuff that's going on in my head at the moment, so I just need to watch something completely dumb, and which is counterintuitive to me catching up with Rick and Morty.
Right.
Another one of my favorite series. I started rewatching from like episode 1. I've watched through all 4 seasons or whatever, but that show, that'll make you smarter and dumber at the same time just for watching it. I don't know if you've ever watched any of them, but
the pickle episode,
Pickle Rick. Yeah, that's one of the best.
One of the greatest episodes, I guess, according to most people.
Oh yeah, that's up there. Something Wicked This Way Comes. That's really good.
How he controls a roach by messing with its brain.
With its brain, heck yeah.
Amazing. Like, I wouldn't, like, how would you think of that idea and then draw it out and then make it a comedy? It just blows my mind. I'm like, wow, I've never seen something like this. This is hilarious.
It's good. It's so good. I love it. I can't wait for season
Rick
5
Morty.
To come out. You ready to do this?
Rick and Morty. Yeah, let's do it.
Blast off time.
Do it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Movie Broview, episode number 5, doing the Suicide Squad. I'm one of your hosts, Charlie, Charzar81, and my brother, Josh. He's at Joshizzle2323. We are at Twitch. We are on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. Josh, how you doing tonight, man?
Good, man. Just coughing a little bit, allergies. Sounds like you got the same thing, so.
You and me both. Let's just blow our sinuses to high holy heck right now, because, yep, it is one of those weeks. We got a nice rainy evening here in North Texas now, and yeah, it's cold, man. Like, the wifey, she was all running around the house with a sweater on today, and she's like wanting to turn the fire back on. I'm like, no, it's mid-April. What are you doing? Come on now.
Fire starter. Fire starter.
Oh, I miss Prodigy. Anyways, yes, this is episode 5, Suicide Squad. We're going to be going over I'm going to be going over my initial watch of Suicide Squad. I know, Josh, you've watched it several times before.
I own it on Blu-ray. I watched it the day before my son was born.
There you go. That's a nice milestone to definitely remember what you watched, when you watched, etc. To those of you watching and listening, hit that like and subscribe if you enjoy our product, and follow me on Charzar81 at Twitch, and my brother Joshizzle2323. He's doing some great stuff with Hitman. I can't wait to jump on that as well, brother. Like, I'm not even kidding. I watch your stuff and I'm like, okay, it's
fun,
it's coming. It's right. Like, I'm not even kidding. It's right around the corner. Especially with my, situation.
I mean, we can make endless contracts for each other too. So that's what's great about it.
I'm still torn as to what platform I want to get that for. I play better on the PS4 Pro, but
if you buy the PS4 version, you get the PS5 version for free. So,
and that's the other thing. Yeah, like, I'm like, do I want to get it for that? Do I want to get it for the? Go ahead and just get it for the PC, because, my PC is second to none. At least in my house, I'm not challenging anybody else's rigs out there. But anyway, yeah, no, right? Come with it right now. Yeah, man. So yeah, we're going to go over the Suicide Squad review. We're going to go over some birthdays. We got Josh's favorite segment, Who Said What? But before we jump into any of that stuff, bro, there's a lot of stuff. Did you see that? Let's start off with a hitman's wife's bodyguard. This is a sequel to the Hitman's Bodyguard. Again, I've never seen the first one.
The wife.
Yeah. This is now the wife with Selma Hayek. Is now the wife. And she's jumping into the foray with Ryan Reynolds and Samuel Jackson, Deadpool and Nick Fury. It looks hilarious. Like I'm actually now trying to find avenues to watch the first of this this budding series that we got going on. Who knows? We may have the Hitman's Wife's Son's Bodyguard coming on after this. Depending on how successful it is. But have you seen the first one? Do you want to see this one? Just early thoughts.
I haven't even seen the trailer to this. So, and I saw the trailer of the first movie. I've never actually seen the movie. It's one of those. If I see it's on TBS or TNT, it's happen to be watching TV. Yeah, sure, but depending upon its success, I'll probably, roll back and watch the first one and the second one. Sure, let's do it.
That is exactly what I thought with the first movie. It was that very okay, as well as I do, we have to kind of nitpick what movies we want to see, at the movie theater nowadays, being dads and stuff, and having busy lives. And especially now, with movie theaters slowly but surely opening up, we'll see what is going to be available at our disposal. I couldn't tell if you were joking with me on this. Fast and Furious 9.
That's fine.
Are you out?
It's
really?
No, I'm not out. I just no, man. It's I don't know. It's whatever. It's whatever.
So yeah, Fast Furious 9. It's got John Cena. It's got Dom, and he's now in the family life with Michelle Rodriguez. Looks like they got a kid. We'll see where the evolution of Fast and Furious. Is it the 9th or is this the 10th?
Shoot, I don't even know.
Anyway, this is Fast and Furious 9. The other one, the one that I wanted you to watch because I really, really want to see this, the Army of the Dead. Good God, it has everyone in it.
I didn't even see the trailer.
Oh my God, I sent you the link.
No, I know. I haven't seen it. What's it about? Is it supposed to be about zombies and stuff?
It's actually a heist movie.
With zombies?
Yeah. It's kind of interesting when, you look at it at first because it's what is this? Dave Bautista is in it. It's a Zack Snyder movie. Bautista. I was just yep, Zack Snyder flick. Yeah, we're going to check this out. Yeah, David Bautista is the big heavy in this one. It looks like it's got several other big stars in it as well. Hiroyuki Sanada, you've seen him in a whole bunch of movies. Namely, he's in Mortal Kombat. He was in the Avengers Endgame. He was the one that was stricken down by Hawkeye. He was in Last Samurai and 47 Ronin.
He's Scorpion. Okay.
Yeah, you'd recognize him.
Get over here.
But again, it's been a while since we've had a really, really good zombie foray movie. Since Zombieland 2, it seems like. I've been jonesing for one, and this looks like this is the one that I'm jumping back in on with Army of the Dead.
Sounds like a video game.
It does sound like a video. It looks very much like it looks very much like Left 4 Dead. I mean, it comes out next month, May 14th.
Netflix, right?
Boy. Yeah, it is Netflix. Yeah, that's why I was asking you.
Okay.
It was you better find.
I'll be able to watch it.
Try to find some way to watch this, brother, because we have to speak on this thing.
A day after it comes out, but I got it. Yeah, I'll get it. I will watch it.
Anyways,
in the most legal way I can.
That is what we are kind of perusing on, but what we are really here for right now, we were going to review or give you guys my review and my brother's review on the Suicide Squad.
Must see.
I'm trying to determine how to actually tackle this. I literally jotted down. No! Don't give me the oh Lord yet. Don't don't pull the cart before the horse. That's gonna be my new saying from now on. But it's. I'm gonna go with the pros first because Suicide Squad. When did that sucker come out?
August 2016.
There you go. Yeah, duh. You're the one who should know this above all else, anybody else. So yeah, it's almost. This is almost a 5 years ago movie. Pros. I'm going to give you my pros, and then I'm going to give you my cons, and then you can rebut whatever goes through.
Oh shit! No, it's fine.
I know, right? Just go ahead and attack me. Just go ahead and just like take me out. No pros. The music to start this thing was bananas. Like you want to talk about bringing in some heavy hitters with their soundtrack in this movie. It seemed like
I can go over some. I mean, if you're looking it up,
yeah.
Queen, Eminem, White Stripes, and then they had some old ones that you probably are looking up. You need to look up, but this soundtrack is amazing. They heavy hitters on that. That's for damn sure. But go ahead, Sheena.
No, yeah, like I mean, each person had their own special flavor. You know, you had House of the Rising Sun with the Animals. God, that's something Dad would sing in the car all the time. You know, pretty much when we're being introduced to Deadshot. You had You Don't Own Me, my Leslie Gore. I mean, that's Harley Quinn to a T almost. Sympathy for the Devil, that was kind of interesting pick considering they were introducing Amanda Waller in the movie, and you're like, well, she's not completely good if they're putting that song in there. Rolling Stones, it's a good song. God, they had Super Freak, you had Fortunate Son, you had Paranoid by Black Sabbath, like you said, the White Stripes, Seven Nation Army, Without Me by Eminem, Spirit in the Sky, you had I'd Rather Go Blind by Etta James, Bohemian Rhapsody, Queen. Golly, just
that song in there.
Literally, it just keeps going on and on and on with the hits in this movie.
Do you feel like it kept you interested because of the music? You think? Do you think that helps like a certain percentage of your interest of like being glued to the TV watching it?
It definitely helps, especially for a movie that I know is 5 years old.
Right.
To keep my attention, not to keep my attention span, but just to add more flavor to the movie, like
sprinkles on ice cream.
I definitely prefer having like an original soundtrack by like a Hans Zimmer or John Williams be more of the soundtrack guy, but directors like James Gunn have been really bringing forth these heavy hitting licensed soundtrack music into their movies as of late, and just it adds even more to the movie.
So would you say this movie brings along like a Guardians of the Galaxy-esque feel?
In a way, it kind of does. It's
like what I mean by that question is like you're getting something you've never seen before. You're getting villains becoming heroes. And then in Guardians of the Galaxy, you're like, you don't even know these heroes. They're just a group of guys together, and all of a sudden, you know what I mean?
Comparing it to Guardians of the Galaxy, so with Guardians of the Galaxy, it seemed like all the music, when you put them together, was synonymous with each song, This one was, to me, it felt a little fragmented, and that's how it seems like it's been with a lot of these initial onset, let's put this ensemble together and go, for DC. That's just how it's been. With Justice League, it was very, fragmented. Again, they are introducing the group first, and then you are, if depending on its success, will they have individual films? MCU did the inverse way. That's just their approach. That's fine. But that was definitely one of the pros to this was the music. Second, the casting for these characters was pretty good. Gosh, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. I can only see her now as Harley. Will Smith was hard to see as Deadshot initially, but Will Smith is a chameleon. He can jump in and pretty much take over a role.
Well, he's the same person in every movie.
Sure.
I think he did a good job keeping the comedy down.
Yeah,
but doing just enough to keep me. There's Will Smith,
And that's what I mean. Is that yes, Will Smith. When you watch Men in Black, when you watch Wild Wild West, when you watch Independence Day.
So you're going old school there, Chief.
When you watch
After Earth. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, I was gonna say After Earth. When you watch what's the Enigma Man?
Ali.
Ali. Oh gosh. Anyway, yeah, if you're watching those films, Will Smith, beats to the tune of his own drum, but it's a great drum. Like, why, bother it? But like you said, he tones his jovial side down enough to where Deadshot is not really a running joke in this movie,
right?
And you have to have some type of humorous side when having Will Smith in there, just a little bit. You can't have him completely be all stupid serious.
Right.
The other boy. I was about to go on about the other characters' casting, but it's kind of rough, to be honest.
Jared Leto, Joker? Come on.
I would say Jared Leto. Okay, I will say.
My Chemical Romance, or is it 30 Seconds?
That is actually going to be one of my pros. Seeing Jared Leto's take as Joker in this, as limited as it was a very interesting take on the comic book character. The comic book character is more of a gangster. He is more suave in that kind of way. He, entices his enemies in close enough and then all of a sudden he pounces on them. That's the kind of Joker this is. Jared Leto's take on the Joker, I thought was good. It takes some getting used to because I was just so overwhelmed by Heath Ledger's Joker, but that Joker is more of a a devil may care kind of let's just burn everything to the ground. This Joker is in it for his own aims, in his very psychotic approach to everything. But he's not here to tear up the world and let see society just crumble underneath the ashes. He wants to rule the damn thing, and you can't really rule the dead. So, and his aims are not that huge either, to be honest. He's trying to take over these small sects in Gotham. And he has a relationship with Harley Quinn. You kind of see that the softer side of Joker in this movie, again, in the small little parts that he has. So I actually liked this version of the Joker a little bit, even after seeing him through Zack Snyder's cut from Justice League. I'm trying to decide how I would have taken it had I seen this first. I don't know. How did you take it?
I was excited because the Snyder Cut shows an after, way down the road after, it's basically almost the end of the world because Superman's just taken over because Lois was killed, I guess, in that storyline. I was super happy to see Jared Leto come back in the Snyder Cut because there was questioning. It hit me by surprise, basically. And for you, I guess it'd be way different, obviously, the feeling because you did it backwards.
Yeah.
So do you appreciate the Snyder Cut Joker more now that you understand where he's like coming from?
Oh yeah. No, now that I know the destination of where it's going, I kind of can see that this Joker going that way. Teaming up with Batman in that particular scene. But yeah, that's definitely another pro to this movie. Some of the fight scenes.
Did you see when they introduced Harley Quinn and Joker in that club or whatever? If you've seen the small writing, it shows Harley Quinn accomplice to Robin's death.
Yep. Yeah.
So we know in this universe that they've created, DCEU, that Joker and Harley Quinn killed Robin.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, what I was saying, that introduction in the club, that was really, really interesting. I was like, oh, look, there's Common. That's kind of cool. He was in it for 5 seconds.
Oops, he's dead.
And
they thought he was going to be Tattoo Man, which is another villain.
Okay.
That stuff comes off of. You know who Tattoo Man is from the comics, right?
Yeah.
He's a villain of Green Lantern. The tattoos come off of his skin, and basically it's hard to explain. The tattoos come off of him, and they use them to take out his enemies or whatever. But go ahead.
No, yeah. What another pro I wanted to say about this movie. The fighting was good. I liked the fighting a lot. Seeing each character kind of come into their own and have their own specific style. You had Harley, who was, obviously she was... It's weird because she's like a kid in a candy store with brass knuckles and a bat and this ridiculous Desert Eagle .50 gun going on. Obviously Deadshot was he lived up to his namesake. He's all about guns. He's all about having the perfect aim and killing all those weird minions that Enchantress basically conjured up.
Right.
You had, you know what? I liked Flag.
Rick Flag.
He was kind of put in there, and I know that he was a story tool to kind of allow the characters to move from okay, they're in prison and now he's the one that's kind of going to oversee them on their mission. But I don't know. I love the character who played Holden in The Killing. I like that he was really, really good in Alter Carbon. Is it Alter Carbon? I can't.
Oh, you're talking about
the guy who played Flag.
Yeah. RoboCop.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's right.
Did you see RoboCop?
No, yeah. I didn't. But I forgot that was him. Yeah.
Yep, that is him.
You had, Killer Croc. He was very brawly. What do you want from Killer Croc? He's going to, emancipate and destroy and just eviscerate all the enemies right in front of him.
Right.
You had Jai Courtney, who was Boomerang.
The only good movie he's been in.
Oh boy.
Everything else he's terrible.
I was gonna say Jai Courtney, the man who destroyed one of my favorite series of all time, Die Hard. Yep.
And Terminator.
Oh boy.
Terminator Genesis.
And Cara Delevingne, who played June Moon and Enchantress. I really, really liked that character. I love the transitions between one and the other. how she was kind
of
like
ADD because she kept moving like, you know, like, is she belly dancing or what's wrong with her? Like, can she just stop moving?
Well, she is. I mean, she's an enchantress. You know, she's trying to, you know,
enchant you.
Yeah, enchant you with her hips, and they don't lie sometimes. Katana, it was cool to see her in a movie. You know, obviously bestowed upon with the Sword of Souls. You know, she was okay. And then what's his name? The
El Diablo.
Yeah, what's his name?
Chato Santana. Oh, you're talking about the actor? Oh, I don't know.
Jay Hernandez.
Is
that his comic book name?
Sorry. Yes, Chato Santana. This is real name. Is his gangster name El Diablo? And then turns out he has the power. He's a metahuman. He is fire.
He is a pro and con for me because pro. Oh my gosh, when he unleashed like his abilities, I was like, yes. Like, oh my gosh, that's why I've seen him in comics before, and he's just going to town and, like, you know, really, really unleashing, you know, the devil within him. And one of the cons is I'm like, how did you not have more of this guy? I get that if he was so powerful, he could have literally laid waste to, like, all those weird minions or whatever, like, in an instant, and just like shorten that firefight. You know, the movie would have been shortened by 30 minutes had he, like, you know, just stepped in front of everything. It's like, guys, I got this. Boom. All right, let's move on.
Well, you know the character. I mean, you know his backstory. He killed his family. He didn't mean to. He just didn't want to go through that again. That's why.
No, I understand that.
And he had to have a movie, not an episode of the animated series.
Yeah, no, I totally get his motivations behind why he's not doing that. I did like, you know, when he was in solitaire and he's able to manipulate the fire to, like, make words and stuff. That was kind of cool. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, again, that's, to me, it's kind of like and I keep going back to MCU, but, like, it's kind of like having Captain Marvel in, like, an ensemble team where she's so powerful, and he is so powerful that if you have that hero or metahuman use their abilities to their, you know, full potential, there's no movie, there's no fight. It's just like, well, these guys are gone. Let's move on to task number B. And you know, I get why the writers, you know, gave him that particular obstacle to say, like, hey, you know, I can't unleash this, you know, I've told myself I'm never going to do this again because of his past sins. But yeah, it was cool to see, like, once he finally did, and especially at the very end when he was battling Incubus. Oh my gosh, where he turned into
the band?
No, not the band. You didn't know that was the character's name?
So I watched it this past time for this review.
Yeah.
I'm like thinking, what is his freaking name? And I've been meaning to, like, look it up.
Yeah, his name is Incubus.
Yeah, I didn't know it was Incubus. I didn't know that. I just kept saying brother.
Yeah.
Brother.
Yeah, his name is Incubus, and so he's fighting him, and he turns into this Mayan, like, you know, fire god and stuff. And I'm just like, oh my god, like, that was a really cool visual to see. Speaking
Who would fight, Doomsday or him?
Oh gosh, come on. Come on.
I'm just saying.
Doomsday would put him out like a cigarette.
Yep, he would.
But going back to it, yeah, like the visual representations of each character, how each one had their own distinct look to them, was really, really cool to see. You know, this was like,
even Captain Boomerang said "Captain" on his sweater. Did you see that?
Captain Boomerang. You were trying to find all the positives for Jai Courtney in this movie, aren't you?
And he got beat up by who? In the bank vault.
The Flash. Yeah.
Did that surprise you, by the way? Because this is the first time you've seen it.
Yeah, that is. I mean, I knew the Batman was in it. I really wish he was in it more, but I get it. This is a Batman movie. Yeah, this is a Suicide Squad movie. I was surprised to see the Flash in this movie, you know, is short lived. But he is part of that universe, though, mostly in the Flash comics. But my last pro for this is the stop boying me, man. Gosh, you're preparing for gloom and doom, you know, which might happen. You know, I mean, it's called Suicide Squad for a reason. No, I'm just kidding. No, my last pro for this happens to be like the visual effects of these characters. They all have their own flavor. They all have their own look to them. Not one of them really looks too much like the other one. And their portrayal in this movie is very much like what you see in the comic books. I think of all of them, Diablo was the one that I was just like, I barely know who this guy is. I don't know. What'd you think when you saw all of these guys, this ragtag team put together?
I immediately, when they introduced him, I was like, oh, cool. I know him. I know her. It's because, you know, I've watched Justice League, the animated series, Unlimited, Batman, the animated series, Superman, the animated series. So yours is like comics, because obviously you're a little bit older than me, so you're able to like absorb that. I absorbed it through I was lucky enough to be, as a kid, to have all these TV shows to watch, and I'll still watch them today because they're still freaking good, and they're on HBO Max.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I loved it. Killer Croc could have been a bigger guy, but they went without the CGI thing. I guess they didn't want to copy Arkham Knight, or what's it, the Arkham series. How big Killer Croc is.
Oh, Arkham Asylum. Oh, gosh, there's no way.
Yeah.
I mean, Killer Croc's appearance was like, you know, as good as you can make it with practical effects. Yeah. I like, was it Adewale Akinwumi Agabaje or whatever? I think that's how you pronounce it.
Did you hear Amanda Waller talking about his backstory, how he left and tried to find himself or whatever? That's talking about, and remember the animated series where he goes to join a weird circus?
Yeah.
And Batman loses his utility belt, so he has to take down everybody by himself. I thought that was really cool. Just that little touch of Easter egg. I think that was awesome. Just talking about that backstory with Killer Croc.
I mean, that just goes to show you, like, the animated series is about as canon as you can get. I mean, Harley Quinn, that's where she came from.
Right, exactly.
She was not a comic book character. She was straight out from the animated series, and because the fans had loved this new character, they were like, "Yep, we got to put her in into the official canon." But yeah, so those are my pros for this movie. Let me go on my cons for a little bit. I'm not going to try to rip this movie apart because
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I will say this movie was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I'll just straight up say it right now.
Yes. Yes, we win.
I had a good, like, you know, it was a good time. It was like, you know, trying a food for the first time, enjoying it, but will I go back to it anytime soon? I'm not sure. I had a problem with the end of the world machine. Like, what was that supposed to do? So in the movie she discusses, like, she's like, hey, you know, obviously Incubus, like, she's revived Incubus, and Incubus is like, we used to be gods to these people, they used to, like, you know, worship us. And she's like, well, all they do is worship machines now. Well, we're going to create a machine for them to worship. And I'm like, what is this machine that she's just conjuring up, like, out of nowhere? I'm actually asking you this question.
Oh, I don't know.
Like, seriously, I did not know. Like, is this just like a world-ending machine? Because, like, that wouldn't make sense, first of all, because they want to be worshipped by the humans again.
It kind of reminds me of Man of Steel. Remember in Man of Steel, there's on like an
pulsating drill?
There's a piece of the Kryptonian machine, and then you go to Metropolis. That's the other end. So it's like drilling a hole and then just basically remaking Krypton with Earth, basically. That's what General Zod wanted. So that would kind of remind me of with the machine. It's going to, I guess, recreate Earth, destroy it, and make people, worship it. I don't know. Yeah. It's Enchantress. She's like 5,000 years old or something like that. So who freaking knows? What she really wants. It was It destroyed Midway City.
Oh, and totally.
Like everyone's dead.
Yeah.
Like everyone's dead or a minion of some kind that's dead now.
And here's another thing regarding Midway City and Enchantress. So did she make out with every person and turn them into those things?
Yeah, she got VD. That's for sure.
And again, this is now me nitpicking things. Like, I will do that with some movies. I know the Chitauri were very like, okay, this is just a big, huge army that we're fighting against. They're really, really not, anything that I can't really connect to. They're just a big army that we have to overcome. These blob things were as faceless as you can possibly get when it comes to a menacing wave of minions that are just thrown at the protagonist as an obstacle for them to get to their main objective. And to me, they did not scare me. Were they supposed to be scary? Like, were they supposed to be intimidating? I don't know. Like, I halfway, I was kind of laughing at a lot of them because they were just like, okay, they're just, I couldn't even know. Like, I was like, what's that reality show, Dr. Pimple Popper or whatever? I was like, oh, we got to get one of these guys and just like pop all these pustules on their heads. I don't know. Like, it was weird. I don't know. That, again, that's me nitpicking at the minions in regards to like what Enchantress was creating. Why did what's her name, Amanda Waller, kill those FBI agents?
Because they weren't. She even said it. They weren't filled in about the mission or something like that. She's just a menacing person in the comics and also in the series and then the animated movies that they've created. She's just a bitch.
Okay, yeah,
you can tell by her character. She's like, oh, you weren't part of this, boo, you work for me, you're dead. She's just they're wanting the audience to really just hate the F out of her because she's a true B. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But she does say why. She explains why briefly. They weren't briefed or something like that.
It's literally just came out of left field, and I'm like, okay, you're supposed to be this hardcore badass, like, I'm gonna kill everyone. Like, aren't these your comrades? Like, you work for
because they don't want the secrets to go out because they know about Midway City now.
Sure.
Supposedly they're gonna have to hide this Midway City thing.
So she's basically trying to cover her own ass.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
Another couple cons. Actually, I have one con that would lead to a pro. It is that if this movie needed to be 30 minutes longer, to me, again, it's another Snyder thing. It needed more kind of backstory. It definitely needed more Joker. And I get that this is the Suicide Squad. We're not supposed to endear ourselves to the great characters like the Joker and Batman to overshadow these characters that we're supposed to be paying attention to. But it just seemed to me that it would have behooved a lot of these characters' motivations in this movie to just give them another 5 minutes each. You know what I mean? It seemed a lot of their motivations were very rushed. Like, and that's just how it goes. When I saw that this was only a 2-hour movie, I was like, well, okay, this is gonna be really, really fast. And it was. Maybe it's just the fact that I'm so used to watching movies now that are epic in size. Heck,
literally.
Yeah, I mean, heck, I thought Godzilla was short. So
I think everyone did.
Like this one, Katana, like she was in it. I don't think that she really did too much of anything important, if I can remember. I know that she was in it as like a deterrent for them to like break away from the group. Again, it's not about her. It's about these characters.
Harley uses her sword to cut out the heart of Enchantress.
Yeah. No, like again, she was there as Chekhov's gun, basically. Right. I loved Katana as like her character in her own right, though, too. Just reading her stories and her graphic novels as well. And so I was kind of disappointed that I didn't see much of her. Killer Croc was kind of used as like okay, we've got a flooded tunnel here. We got to have someone. Tag, you're it.
Let's do Killer Croc.
Yeah. And I get that. Like, he's kind of like a means to an end. He does help throw that final bomb into into Enchantress. But again, like this movie would have benefited more if there was more of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like unfortunately, like it was constricted, and so you have to cut out parts. You can't cut out, Will Smith's character. You can't cut out too much of Harley Quinn because she's the main character. Be it what as may, Boomerang really did only one thing in the movie. He droned his boomerang into and got to see everything.
That was awesome.
That was cool.
So cool.
Again, more would have really, really made this movie, a lot better in my eyes. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I thought I was gonna go in with a lot more of a like, why did you make me watch this movie? But I was actually glad that I was like, okay, I can check this off my list. It now kind of fills in a little more of the backstory of the DCEU.
Yes.
Diablo didn't live, did he?
He died.
Yeah, he died. Okay. He sacrificed
Explosion.
himself. And see, that's another thing.
Just do it.
Yeah, like I that's another thing. Like of all the characters I would have loved to have seen continue, he's one of them. I'm like, no, you killed the one real metahuman, by the way, because every one of them is really just kind of like a gadget guy when you think about it. Killer Croc. Yeah, right? I was gonna say Killer Croc again. Okay. They did not like the imagination of what Killer Croc can actually do was not really captured in this movie. Like he is a force of like nature, like, and he should be a lot bigger. But again, it's practical effects. That's their imagination of it. This is what they see as what he is. But the one metahuman, the one the big, the cleanup hitter basically got taken out, and I was like, oh, are you kidding me? Like that's the one guy that I would love to see. Like, obviously there are movies that go further along, but if like say he was going to continue in the DCEU, he can no longer do that. So, yeah, no, it was all right. It was all right to good. Like I'm not gonna inflate my sense of like how much like this movie, like it was a good time, like you said. I didn't go into this like just completely like hating on this movie like all the way through. I was like not looking like, oh, that sucks, oh, what is this, oh, what is that. Like I said, the movie immediately when it started with all the music like just completely captured me. I'm like, okay, this thing is like literally like starting off with the big heavies. And I'm like, okay, this is one of those movies where I'm gonna have to sit down and actually, really, really pay attention to. Again, this movie would have really, really benefited had it had an extra 30 minutes. I love the characters in it, especially being a comic book reader. I just wish there was more of it. Like it would have been awesome if there was a little bit more of this movie.
The common thing you see with all these superhero movies that have a bunch of multiple characters. That's not a superhero movie; it's a villain turned into superheroes. But the only real movie that I can think of that actually did well with having the characters get their own story, and that's just because of the backstory of which they had their own movies: Iron Man, Thor, is Avengers.
Yeah.
The original Avengers movie in 2012. Even the other ones, like Age of Ultron, I could have used a little bit more of the twins.
Yeah.
And then Infinity War did a pretty good job because it was set up for all these movies. But Endgame, I could have used way more Hulk. I could have used way more of this hero. I could have used way more of that. But I understand it's already a 3-hour movie. You had to cut some stuff. But man, I really wish I had more Hulk. Man, I really wish Hulk could have fought Thanos. I know I keep focusing on Hulk, but there's other characters I wanted to see more too, like Spider-Man, things of that nature. But yeah, this movie, like any other superhero movie, it needed to be a little bit longer. It's usually always the con, and I'll agree with you on that too. So
yeah, but yeah, that is my review of the Suicide Squad. Again, 2016. Check it out. It is available on HBO Max currently. I'm gonna check out Birds of Prey. I'm not going to do that, for the near future. We got other things we got to take care of, but I was watching a little bit of the trailer action just to kind of just to kind of get the connective tissue between the first movie and the second, and I'm like, oh, okay, like, I can see kind of like what the makers of these movies were kind of going for
right.
with that style. It definitely has a style onto its own that I really, really like to watch and see. No movie is like this. Like you said, it's a movie about bad guys trying to not be bad guys, but they're kind of put in a situation where if they don't do it, they get, they croak. So, yeah, that is the review for Suicide Squad, and right now we're going to go into the birthday. God, there were a lot of birthdays this week, man.
Yeah, I saw that. No, don't know much of them, except for,
Oh, come on, you gotta know some of these. I mean, so April 12th. We have Andy Garcia from Ocean's 11, Godfather 3.
That sounds familiar. Maybe? I'll have to look it up.
April 13th was busy. We had Ron Perlman, Hellboy. We had William Sadler. He was the villain in Die Hard 2. He was the naked lieutenant man who was doing jiu-jitsu poses in the hotel room at the very beginning of that movie. And Bokeem Woodbine, man, come on. The Shocker.
William Sadler is also the president in the MCU.
Oh my God, yeah, he was. That's right.
Iron Man 3.
Yep. But yeah, Bokeem Woodbine, the Shocker, and he was also good in Fargo. He was awesome in Fargo. April 14th, we have Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Buffy.
That's right. And she was in I Know What You Did Last Summer. And Scooby-Doo. That's right.
Velma?
Yeah. No,
what's her name?
she was oh gosh.
Oh god.
Not Thelma.
What's her name?
I can't remember her name.
She's married to Fred.
Yeah.
Literally in like real life.
Yeah, Freddie Prinze Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Scooby.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna look it up. I am not doing this. Scooby-Doo characters.
Daphne.
Who are you? Oh, Daphne.
Daphne.
Way off.
Yeah. Samsonite.
Ruh-roh.
I'm telling you, man.
Ruh-roh. Why Scoob?
Adrian Brody is also on April 14th. He was in Predators.
Oh, King Kong?
He was in Peter Jackson's King Kong. He was in
he was the pianist.
He was in The Pianist. His nose is epic.
The only three I know. Those are the only three I know. I'll tell you that.
Hey
right
man,
now.
that's a pretty good three. Abigail Breslin, she was in Little Miss Sunshine and Zombieland movies. She's a little girl. She's older.
Oh.
Now. Yep. Oh, and she was also in Signs. I forget about that.
Was she the little girl?
Yeah. April 15th.
Mel Gibson.
Emma Watson. Hermione. And we have Seth Rogen.
Oh, she was in Beauty and the Beast, bro. Don't forget that.
That's right. She was in Beauty and the
live
Beast.
action version.
And
live action.
Obviously, Seth Rogen and all his various Thunderwells.
Knocked Up.
Knocked Up was so good. Pineapple Express. That's still an underrated movie. That is an underrated movie.
That is such a great movie.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
We got to do an actor, like, dive in, a deep dive in, like, particular actor segment for later on this year. I mean, stuff like that. We're just like, yeah. April 16th is Chance the Rapper. He's a rapper. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He
top 4 setters of all time.
Was a basketball player. He was also in Airplane.
Oh yeah, Roger.
And
Roger.
He was in
What's your vector, Victor?
He was also in the TV series The Stand. And Peter Billingsley. Ralphie.
Peter Billingsley?
Yep, he was Ralphie. He was also the scientist who claimed that he was not Tony Stark.
Dude, that's the same guy.
That's the same guy. He was in Far From Home, and he was in the first Iron Man.
In a cave.
Well, I'm not Tony Stark.
I'm not Tony Stark.
That was him.
But I'm Ralphie.
Yep, he was Ralphie. And finally, and I had to say this because he's one of my favorite musicians of all time, April 17th, Maynard James Keenan, the lead singer of Tool, Pucifer, and A Perfect Circle. Check out his albums. They're awesome.
Well, all right.
And those are the birthdays for this week. Josh, I believe you got something for me. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. Back to you, Tom. No, I'm just kidding. No, here we go. We're going to play a game called Who Said It? Featuring your boy, Joshizzle2323. Come check me out on twitch.tv/Joshizzle2323. Did you hit that music yet there, brother?
Oh, yeah, that's going, man.
Let's see here.
And the Joker
Actually,
laugh.
you know what? That's exactly how it's done. I'm going to pull it on the big screen here real quick. But I'm going to try my best to do the voice of which the person who said it, okay? This is going to be fun. This is the DCEU edition of Who Said It. Ready? Let's go.
Oh, boy.
I grew up in Kansas, General. I'm about as American as it gets. Who said it?
That is Clark Kent, a.k.a. Superman.
Also known as?
Man of Steel.
And also known as?
Kal-El.
There you go. All right.
I'm like, how many more names do you want to bust out with?
Also known as Kakarot. No, I'm just kidding. That's a different universe.
Kakarot.
Who's Kakarot? Come on, you know. Who's Kakarot?
Oh, are you asking me this now?
Yes.
Go
Oh,
on.
jeez. Don't Goku, but you're in the
Oh,
same
it's
universe.
Gokhan?
You're fine. All right,
Gokhan.
moving on to number two.
Go who?
Yeah, go who? No. Number 2. Let's go. You sweet talking me? All that chit chat's gonna get you hurt. Who said it?
Oh, God.
I'll say it again. You sweet talking me? All that chit chat's gonna get you hurt.
I mean, was it Joker?
Yes.
Okay.
That is correct.
Half my guesses are probably going to be Joker when it sounds like that.
Stay down. If I wanted it, you'd be dead already. Who said it?
Start over. Say it again.
Stay down. If I wanted it, you'd be dead already. Who said it?
Oh, God.
And just a reminder, this is DCEU. The DC Expanded Universe movies, of course.
Sure. Oh, God, I just heard that one. If I wanted it, you'd be dead already.
Stand down. If I wanted it, you'd be dead already. It's a good one. I loved it when he said it. So. Gave you a hint. It's a male.
I figured that. I was thinking either Aquaman or Steppenwolf.
Actually, it came from BVS, Dawn of Justice. It was Superman saying it to Batman. Remember when they're fighting?
If I wanted it, you'd be dead already.
Stay down. If I wanted it, you'd be dead already. Because Batman's trying to fight him before the kryptonite happens.
Uh-huh.
And he's
what is it, though?
Go ahead. What do you mean?
Like,
if I wanted it, you'd be dead already. That's basically, if I wanted you dead, you'd be dead now. Already.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Because Superman doesn't kill. He bruises you, but he doesn't kill.
That's true. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Now you missed one. That's okay.
I'm telling you, man.
That's okay. You've missed 2 out of 5 episodes so far. All right, here we go. Number. I don't even know any. No, let's just keep going. Here we go. So that's it, huh? We're the Patsies. We're some kind of Suicide Squad.
Oh, well, that's Deathshot.
Yeah, Deadshot, you're right. What's his real name, by the way? Not Will Smith. What's his
Will
character's
Smith.
name? Floyd Lawton. You probably
wow.
know it. You just didn't. Yeah. Anyway. Here we go. Next one.
That's pretty good.
Oh, I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to hurt you. Really, really bad. Who said it?
Oh, that was the Joker, man.
There you go.
He's saying it to Harley.
The Joker on this thing? Yeah. Where he shocks her.
Which that was shocking to see that, because I'm like,
I get it. You just use the pun.
I'm like, she gave him the machine gun, and now I guess, I don't know, I guess he was testing her loyalty. I don't know. That was a weird part for me.
Are you going to kill me, Mr. J?
Yeah, I know, right?
Let's see here. All right, next one. You know what they say about little boys? Born with no natural inclination to share. Who said it? I can repeat it if you need me to. I kind of stuttered there.
The Joker. I'm just kidding.
No.
You know what they say about little boys?
Born with no natural inclination to share.
Is it Alfred?
Who said it? No.
Okay.
I'll give you one more hint. Or one more guess, sorry. I'll say it one more.
Wonder Woman.
You know what they say? Yes, that's correct. Wonder Woman. I'll give it to you.
I was like,
ding, ding, ding.
I'm just like, oh my god, I know it was either Lois or Wonder Woman. I was like, no, I remember when she said that.
Yeah, exactly. So the reason why she said it is because Batman wanted the device back to get the information.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Next one. Love your perfume. What is that? The stench of death? Who said it?
I'm loving your accents, by the way. That would be Harley Quinn.
The infamous Harley Quinn. You are correct, sir. In Suicide Squad. All right, here we go. Here's another one. You were never a god. You weren't even a man. Who said it?
Batman.
Because I'm Batman. No, very good. You got it. That was easy. Kind of easy one. You know who's talking to, obviously. Superman. All right, here we go.
Especially with
the curveball.
The gruff voice.
Right. Right. Here we go. Here's a little curveball. Let's just say I put him in a hole and threw away the hole. Who said it?
Oh, that was what's her name? Mrs. Was it Waller?
Yep, that's
yeah,
correct.
Amanda Waller.
And having dinner, eating steak, and talking about where is Deadshot right now. I put him in a hole and I threw away the hole. Really, you didn't though, because he's just in a jail cell. But anyway, she said what she said. Now, next one. Here we go. I will fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. Who said it?
Oh man, who will fight for those?
That's kind of a curveball because that could be anybody, but let's see if you can know it. DCEU, by the way, again.
Say that one more time.
I will fight for those who cannot fight for themselves.
Sounds like Wonder Woman.
That is correct.
Yes.
From what movie?
Wonder Woman?
Movies you've seen. Yep, that's correct. I was about to say, these are movies you've seen. I wasn't going to pull from Aquaman, Birds of Prey, or
WW84.
Right, exactly. All right, here we go.
WW84.
2 more to go. 1984. Doo-doo-doo. Actually, that's 1985. My bones. Never mind. Anyway, you got nothing to worry about from me. I'm cool, homie. Who said that? Ain't got nothing to worry about me. I'm cool, homie.
Oh, that sounds like either Croc or Diablo.
Diablo.
Is it
I
Diablo?
guess you could. Yeah, I guess Croc could say it, but no, it was Diablo.
Yeah.
Because remember, he was talking to Deadshot. Deadshot's like, man, you could pretty much kill everybody around here.
Yeah.
You know, knocking everybody. He's like, no, man, I'm cool, homie.
Dude, he
don't know where about.
Again, man. If it had more of him, the more of him, the higher the score I would have given this thing.
And finally, probably my favorite scene of this movie, one of my favorites, but kind of funny too. Y'all jokers must be crazy. Who said it? I'll even. You have to look at the camera. Look at me. Look at me. Oh, y'all jokers must be crazy.
Oh, you can't do that. That's kind of cheating. But yeah, that's Deadshot.
Well, you have to build that scene because he smells the. Good job, you got it. He smells the gun. He's like, wait a minute. This is real. This is a real round.
He smells the flint and stuff like that that's inside it, and just like, whoa, this is not blanks. This is real stuff. So
this is real stuff.
Which again, how the heck did he not just go out and start trying to waste everyone behind him with all that weaponry? I was like, really? Come on, dude. But I get it. I get it.
That would have been kind of cool, I guess. But
especially when he held that gun up to that guard's head that's been giving him crap.
Do me a favor, clear my web browser. Remember he had the gun to his head?
Pretty much.
That guy's actually pretty funny. He's originally from Mad TV.
I know. I swear, I'm like, every time I watch him, I was like, I've seen that guy somewhere.
Mad TV. Originally, anyway.
I remember him from something else. I don't know why, but like, I just couldn't pinpoint it. But yeah, no, he was.
He didn't have any facial hair in the other stuff you've seen, probably.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna do it for Who Said It. Good job,
nice,
brother.
Man.
You got a couple wrong.
Yeah, I know. I've got medicine.
It's a little different because these are DCEU, so it's not like,
I mean, I was actually impressed, like, that I got most of those right, to be honest.
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely.
No, yeah, but with that said, man, that is our show for the day. Gosh, I was like kind of glad that it went by really, really fast. Gosh, my face is like caving in constantly throughout this entire shoot tonight. But yeah, man, this is episode 5 again with the Suicide Squad review. We're gonna be uploading this to the YouTube and to podcast tomorrow. YouTube probably be later on in the weekend, right?
My goal is Saturday or tomorrow.
Okay. But yeah, Saturday or tomorrow. So that would be Friday.
I'm getting better at it. So
Yes, but yeah, leave us a like, subscribe to us, and hit that little ring-a-ding-ding for any notifications for when we load these up. Drop a comment or two. We will answer them as they come in.
And give us suggestions, too, what to watch, what you want us to review.
Heck yeah. We've got so many stuff that we would like to give our review about. We don't necessarily see eye to eye with everything. We've been doing that the last couple weeks lately just because these are the movies that we both love, that we both grow up with. You know, Superman, superheroes, monster movies, and now Suicide Squad. Next week, we're going to be diving back. I will be diving back into the world of Acclaim. Mortal Kombat is coming out with its movie tonight on HBO Max. I am looking very, very forward to seeing what this is going to bring versus its initial inception in the 90s. Man,
I hope they bring back the music. That's all I care about.
I know. Like, that's kind of my worry.
The Reptile music was amazing.
If there's any changes that are going to be had or going to be made regarding the music and the soundtrack, that could be my most critical eye that I'm going to be making on that movie overall, because I know it's cheesy, I know it's corny, and I know it comes from, like, you know, that particular age of music, but man, that's something that I really held near and dear to my heart, and I still do to this day, was that Mortal Kombat. I'm just like, come on, this is great. It just makes you want to start fighting, man.
I'm so glad Kung Lao's in it. I can't wait to see him.
Man, I will say this. I've literally watched the trailer one time. I have no clue what to really expect. I've seen snippets of Sub-Zero, snippets of
Jax,
of Scorpion, of Jax, and now apparently Kung Lao is in it. I'm really, really kind of excited.
Kung Lao.
For
the way
all
he says
that
it in the trailer,
stuff, so.
it just gives me goosebumps. Like, I'm like, oh my gosh.
And
I hope he throws it like he does in Mortal Kombat 2.
And remember? Like, I wonder, oh, totally. And like, I want to know how much they incorporate the newer games into this, because, you know, I've played a few of them, but man, they're like, they have grown a lot in their lore and in what's in their canon. And I have no clue. Like, I'm literally going into this blind, which can be a good thing for a lot of movies like this coming out. But yeah, man, that's our show for the day. Like, I don't know what else to say, bro.
I'm super excited for Mortal Kombat. I really am. I did watch the trailer, and then the trailer making of where the director talks about what he's trying to achieve with this, and it just made me more pumped to watch it. I'm going to watch it probably tomorrow. Yeah, I have a lot to. I believe we're going to watch Winter Soldier and the Falcon, or Falcon Winter Soldier
Part 5. I've heard that it's one of the best ones. I've heard that it really Falcon gets jacked up. I don't mean jacked up and, like, you know, gets ruined or whatever, but like, I heard they crank it up to 11 when it comes to the content for this this episode. So the penultimate episode.
One of my managers just started watching it. She started on episode 4. Yeah, I was just like, dang it, you should have watched it from the beginning. What do you mean? You did watch one of the best episodes so far, but I'm like, okay, that's fine.
Sure. Yeah, man, heck, jump on board. If you like in episode 4, go back and watch 1, 2, and 3. They're only 40 minutes long. You know, check out WandaVision. It might be better. Just saying.
Wow, no, absolutely
and
not.
That for my brother Joshizzle2323.
Awful.
I'm just messing with you. For my brother Joshizzle2323, I am Charzar81. Check us out on Twitch and on the other stuff. This is the Movie Broview. We will see you guys next time. Go pop some popcorn and watch a movie.
Or dip it up.
We gotta have the dip it up.